Let's get started here. I think my voice is pretty clear to you now. Right, that's fine. So we had our January setup here, and we went down on the day of Monday. We had our false move, came back, absorbed the equal lows, went pretty much sideways here, and then we went up, retracing this entire move in a single day on the day of Tuesday. All right, so that's what's happening in the Bitcoin, and the reason why I said that current resistance should be played out, because on the day of drop, if you see it here, we went down without retracing or correcting this move, and then we stabilized here a bit and then went up again. No retesting of this resistance here, and then we went straight up, made some equal highs here, right, and then momentarily bleeding down to this current resistance, and then stabilizing here. So at this moment, if you look at the chart, if you look at the 1 hour chart here, we are about to make some lower highs here. We were making lower lows at this zone, and from this point we are making some lower highs. So that's what's happening here at the moment, and as soon as we stabilize here, then we'll be all good to go towards 27,200, 27,400 range. So at this time we are about to make some correction at this level, and then we'll be coming back up and grab some liquidity. So I'm gonna discuss something on the higher time frame also. By the way, I'm gonna remove these equal highs because it's pretty much absorbed here. I'm also gonna remove some, actually I'm gonna rename it as the previous resistance. All right, so this is our previous resistance. I'm gonna hide it for a minute and I'm gonna show you something. The daily, as you can see, there was a daily support here. We also pretty much bypassed it, and now we are pretty much buying, literally bouncing off from it. So this is absorbed. I'm gonna remove this one, and this is the resistance which is being played out on the weekly, 26,753. So later, hopefully by this weekend, we're gonna be coming back to this zone again and grabbing this entire liquidity before moving up. So that's what's happening. I can see here, this FVG is pretty much mitigated. So this FVG is pretty much done. There's also a second one here, if you can see it, the 0.5 at 25,800, which will also gonna be giving some room for the alts to bleed. They are already like 10 to 15% down. Alts are pretty much bleeding here, and the reason is that the reason is pretty clear why we are looking at it like this, because of the USDT dominance. It's still hovering here, it's still stabilizing over this range. So this will gonna be deciding, act as a deciding factor whether the BTC will gonna be coming back down to 25,800 level. If it reclaims this range again at current resistance, well, BTC will gonna be coming back down to 25,800, or if it decides to go up, then 27,500 mid-range easy. Alts will also gonna have some room to breathe, and that's gonna be happening. So my eyes are pretty much on this USDT dominance. Apart from that, everything else is just a noise for me at the moment, specifically when I'm talking about the cryptocurrency, and that's what's happening pretty much obviously. All right, so moving towards the gold chart here, I have my POIs here. I'm gonna talk on a blank chart for a minute. The day we broke this structure, like the BOS was the day of 11th of May, and ever since we are making this lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, and then pretty much started to stabilize at this zone, right? And we made 1940 our support. If you're familiar with this setup, you know what I'm talking about, right? We have our quadruple tap setup here, and now gold is pretty much ranging here. It's not making any new lows or not making any new highs, but this is also pretty much, you can say, stabilization zone here before it start to go up again and reclaim this. Not talking about like mid 2000 levels, but close to 1998 or 2000 levels here, because there's a liquidity here, there's a lot of confluence in lying down at $2000 level. So we're gonna be discussing sooner, in coming week, because I don't think it's going to be happening today, because market will also be shutting down for like rest of the week. So we're going to be coming back down here, grabbing some liquidity, and then there's also news popping up on, not today, but on the 13th of June. The inflation rate is coming up, the core inflation rate, the inflation rate month to month. So, and after that on PPI is coming on 14th, and then on the same day we're gonna be having the press conference from Powell, the FOMC economic projections and FED interest rate decision on the 14th. So coming week is pretty much volatile for the both dollar as well as the trickle down effect we're going to be having on Euro USD and gold itself. So for me, the weekly closure today will going to be at around here. So I'm all happy with that. I'm all done with that. My targets are pretty much achieved for this week. So on the higher time frame, there's a good chance that we may start to do BOS and then coming back up to this 2000 levels. So we may wick it out during the FOMC. We're going to see how the dollar will react, because it's bound to go down here at around you can see these levels, because dollar is pretty much losing the strength here, right? If it goes back up, reclaim this, it will gonna make the S&P and the stocks and gold and other commodities bleed a bit, and then retesting this level and then coming back down to the mid 102 level. So this area is where I'm interested. I'm talking about this range here, right? This is the area. I'm not gonna actually mark it as a retesting zone, but I'm gonna say it as an area of interest for me for the dollar. So that's what's gonna be happening with it. So let's see how the FOMC will turn out and how the volatility will kick in. So we're gonna be discussing sooner by the day of Wednesday. All right. So that's all about it, I guess. And if you have any queries, you can ask me, and we're gonna be winding up this live session. Can you check RSR USDT 1-inch CZH Dodo? I long them, and using stop loss, can I hold them? I can already RSR 1-inch and CHG. Okay, I'm gonna give you the analysis on RSR. Earlier we had our current support, the global support. We were pretty much bouncing from it, retesting it, and then breached it, tried to come back and retested it, and that's what's happening at the RSR. It's been a while since I analyzed it, so let's go with it. Our current resistance stays the same. Current support, I'm gonna delete this one because that was the LTF one. This is our point of IBOS. Actually, I'm gonna mark it here. Right, so we are sitting at 0.002375. We are pretty bullish on RSR though, but it needs to gain some volatility, not volume but volatility, right? We need some interest to pull in, we need some retailers to look at it, what's gonna happen. So stabilize above this IBOS, you're gonna range it here a bit, and this will gonna make a little bit of AME structure in LTF, right? So your target will be at around 37, 0.0037, right? So that's what's happening with the RSR. 1-inch USDT. Binance US is also delisting a lot of coins, so you got to see the list of it. Binance US, not the regular one that you use in Pakistan. So you do have a look at it if you are longing or invested in them. Okay, we have our resistance here I'm gonna look at it on a 3-hour chart here. It is still making lower lows though. It is still making lower lows here. Uh, Lower highs. So wait for it at this zone at around 320. Let it stabilize here a bit. Make some wick above the 328. Stabilize on this point, and then we're gonna be coming back down to this FVG, the 0.5 level of this fair value gap here. Sorry, not fractal, but balance. All right, so we're gonna be marking it here. So 346 is your area of interest soon. So that's what's happening with the 1 inch USDT. All right, so I guess that's all about it. I'm gonna see you soon. If there's any query or any confusion, you can come and ask me on Discord or tag me on Twitter. Pretty much clear cut market ranges, nothing to worry about, and we're gonna see how the weekend will end. I think it's gonna be a slow week because the news are pretty much piling up for the next week. So retailers and MMs are both be waiting for the uh, getting hunt and getting their liquidity aside. So that's all about it. I'm gonna see you soon, and yeah, don't let the market surprise you. Allah Hafiz.